Hey guys, what's up? It's Dan here, and just wanted to start off this podcast when I got time. I know it's not the most professional thing, but I got to do it when I got a second here. So I just got off of work, and I figured I'd start it off now. The first debate I always have with my friends that talk to me about this gaming stuff is, are strategy guides considered cheating? Preferably regarding to the Legend of Zelda. So if you're playing the Legend of Zelda and you use a strategy guide, at the end of the day, did you really beat it? And their thing is, yeah, usually they argue with me, yeah, you beat it because you still did it. You still controlled it. You didn't put in a code or anything like that. But my thing is, when you play games like that, like I said, specifically the Legend of Zelda games, the game is not really that hard. It's more about the puzzle. It's more about trying to figure out where to go. If you're playing Resident Evil, a lot of it has to do with being a puzzle. Silent Hill, you have things to figure out. That's how you beat the game. Where a key is, or how to unlock a door, or hit a switch, or something like that. And in Zelda, finding a certain item so that you can get into the next palace or dungeon, that's part of the game. So if you're going to look it up, in my opinion, if you're going to look it up or you're going to use a strategy guide, then you're just not really beating it. You're kind of just, somebody's kind of just telling you where to go, and you're doing it, because Legend of Zelda is not a difficult game combat-wise. It's simple. The bosses are pretty simple. So that's my debate with that. I'd love to know what you guys think. Another thing regarding that I had a question about is, preferably for this game, Adventure Island. Now on Adventure Island, there are no continues, technically. So when you die, it just goes back to the title screen, tells you game over, and that's it. But at the beginning of the game, in the first level, there's an item you can get there, and it's the Hudson Bee, which is right at the top of the cartridge here. Where is it at? Right there. You can get that item, and it's at the very beginning of the game, first level. And when you die, I don't remember specifically, but when you die at the title screen, you press like A, B, and start or something like that all at once, and then you have continues. And you use that for the rest of the game. And this game, if you were to try to beat it with one continue, it'd be ridiculously difficult. I mean, ridiculously. There's really no extra lives in the game. You have 3 to start off. It's a pretty long game. It's probably about 8 or 9 worlds. And it gets pretty difficult near the end. Definitely use tons of continues. Now, is that cheating if you use that? It's in the game, but it's kind of a code. I'd like to know what you guys think about that too, because you got to get the Hudson Bee in the first level. It's in this egg. It's not hidden very much. You jump in this spot, the egg appears, you break open the egg, you grab the Hudson Bee, and then you can use the code or whatever continues for the rest of the game. So would you consider that cheating? Or would you really have to go through the game on 3 lives to really say, hey, I beat this game? A lot of people were telling me, oh, well, that's the only way you're going to see the end of the game and this and that. That's not the point, though. When I play games, a lot of times I'm doing it to challenge myself. And it's about challenging it and beating it legitimately. If you cheat, it's not about seeing the end of the game. I can go on YouTube and look up what the ending looks like. Or I can look up all the cutscenes or whatever it is. When I want to beat something, it's the fact that I said I legitimately went through it and I beat it. Kind of like Legend of Zelda. I don't use a strategy guide because I want to be able to say I figured it out. Now, did I find everything? No, probably not. And that's when I would use a strategy guide and go back just to experience the stuff I missed, if it's really worthy. If it's just to go find a heart or something, who cares? But if you want to just challenge yourself and say, hey, I beat this game, then I feel like you should just do it. Now on Adventure Island, I feel like maybe they put that in the game to use. They expected you to use it. It's not really a code, but it kind of is. I don't know. It'd be extremely... If you didn't use the continue code, it'd literally be one of the hardest games on the NES. It would be all the way to the top. And right now, if you ever look up lists of hardest games on the NES, Adventure Island's never on there. Because I think people were meant to use that Hudson B continue code or whatever you want to call it. But I'd love to hear you guys' feedback. I'd love to hear what you think. Hopefully I can get some people commenting on this stuff. I know it's not the most professional thing. I do this when I got time. Hoping to hear back from you guys. I get asked so many questions and I talk about so many things with people. And you guys are the community. You're who I'm with. So hopefully I talk to all you guys on here and you'll comment on here as well. I get messages all the time, so watch the video and comment. So if there's any other questions you had that you want me to bring up and we can all debate about, hopefully we can get a bunch of people going on this. But I'm going to be doing this from now on. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you want a different camera angle. Or just let me know what you think, man. I'd love to hear about it. Thanks, guys.